Ugh. So, welcome viewers back to not horrible Kansara time. I mean, Elemental Odyssey.
Just
Don't worry about it.
don't
Last time,
worry about
y'all
it.
guys went to a park, found three people from three people famous from the Nest Final Fantasy 14 raid videos, and then proceeded to just absolutely shit on a boss. Even after he did an attack that siphoned like about at least like 12 HP per person out of everybody, including the guy you thought was his ally. Also killed Padma's Griffin. Her Koshai went down, and then he got begon thoughted threefold. First by your bird friend, then by Snackbot, and then finally by Terrain, who launched him into the... Uh-oh. Oh, that was right. And then finally by Terrain, who launched him into the grasp of a giant plant hand created by the goddess of nature because you're at her house, bitch, and you're being very terrible. Like, legit, Terrain just walked up, used his 4th level spell slot to cast Storm Tunnel, launched the dude into the water. He skipped along it like a rock because he failed the save to not get thrown by the twins. And at the end of it, well... Yeah, Mama Vernash is like just this giant plant hand just shoots up out of the water. It's like you just snatched an arrow out of the air. Except the arrow is this big metal dude in like armor, and just crunched him a little bit, and then slowly dragged him under. He wasn't dead when you launched him into the water, but he sure as fuck is now.
Yup.
Meanwhile, amongst all of that, Darian's Fenlis's boss over there, Virion, just proceeded to have the worst time and accomplished exactly nothing the entire fight. Because he was restrained, then he was blinded, then he was up 20 feet on some rocks, then he was caught in the power of Sailor Moon, then he fell off, then he got punched in the dick so hard he passed out. It just was not his day. Like, not even a little bit.
Not at all.
Yeah. So, yes, you guys are currently in the aftermath of the fight, as you see vaguely in the middle pond to your north, to the north of you guys on the map right now. There's some slight bubbling where that one guy was before he got, dragged under. Virion still has HP. He's just, again, out cold because he got punched in the dick by a robot.
Manacles.
Not hard, he cannot resist you.
That was the point. Do it before he wakes up.
You don't know when he's gonna wake up. He's just out of it.
Understandable. So...
Now the bird guy, Gra, he's like just like flapping his wings a little, and he like lands in this like kind of cool way, like arms crossed, like a ninja standing on like a spike or something, but he's standing on like a little stone wall. And he's just like, Rapscallions.
Indeed.
Good show on besting him, sir. And Terrain just kind of puts the sword away. Just nods, like sagely, looking out. Justice has been done here. And then Grot turns to Eleanor. Young Eleanor, it's been too long. Why haven't you been taking my calls?
I haven't been getting your calls.
What?
I've heard nothing from you for the last, 2 months.
I thought it was like a year you hadn't heard anything from him.
I I actually don't remember the exact time.
It was about a year. I have it in notes. Because
Okay.
I looked at your character sheet to make sure of that. Oh, there's Kel.
Yay.
Well, he's online. He's not in here yet, but that'll hopefully change soon. He's like, oh my God. I've been calling you since about a month after I left. How?
I wish I knew.
Don't. So at this point, he pulls a phone out of his pocket, looks very angry, goes to push a button, he realizes, oh. You know, that might explain it.
Did you forget to charge your phone?
No. I ran out of minutes on my cell phone plan about a week after I left.
Oh boy.
Welcome back, Rin.
Eh.
You just missed the revelation that the reason why Gra has not been talking to Eleanor for the past year is because he ran out of minutes on his wireless plan.
Rip.
Think, oh. How do I never
It
notice?
took him a year to realize that.
I'm looking at his wisdom score. I'm not.
He's a dumb bird.
No, he's smart. He's not very wise or perceptive. Hey, oh, but blast it all. He puts it in his pocket. Honestly, I was worried something had happened to you, so I'd gone looking, and by the time I went back, you were already gone.
Well, the feeling was mutual.
This... I am so sorry. Didn't mean to send you on a rigmarole around God knows where.
It's okay, I got to meet a giant dog.
He looks over at Celestine, who I imagine at this point is like just sitting down staring at the tree. And he's like, he's pretty big.
He's very big. I also got to befriend a giant pink thing with ice cream.
I don't know, there's a story I'd love to hear. But yes, hi, Cal.
Boof.
Hey, Rob.
You're here in time for Boofmas.
And Justice to pop in and out is customers dictate.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Gra's like, but I've been having need of your assistance for something for quite some time. You recall that old friend of mine, the, you see him, like, with his animated, like, bird claw talon hands, like, trying to describe a person. About, yay big. He gestures roughly about the size of a halfling. About yay tall, curly brown hair. Always looks like he's got a black eye.
I think.
Yes. Well, he's made a most marvelous discovery that I simply had to share with you, but, well, got a little sidetracked trying to find you, and then I was helping them as, like, a guide because they needed a guide for some places. However, it turns out they were both rude! He turns and just dramatically points at where Virion is out cold on the ground. Very rude!
Oh no, he's
As
on
it
my
turns
shoulder
out.
at this point.
Hmm?
He's up on my shoulder at this point. I'm just gonna carry him.
Okay.
I'll let him be unconscious for a while. We can
That's fine.
interrogate him when he wakes up.
Yeah. Very rude!
Very rude indeed.
But I have need of your assistance and talents in hopefully resolving a situation that someone of, well, your upstanding moral fiber, he says it's like with a very, like, you can almost see like the tear he imagines rolling down his eye as he says this. This is just like rolling down. Like he's very proud. Needing more fiber for assistance. Assuming, of course, you'd not prefer to. He gestures towards the party. Stay with your current companions. I'd rather not interrupt if you're already in the middle of something important.
I can help you.
Well, that's wonderful. Oh, and he actually floats a little quickly, like walks a little closer along the thing. Oh, you have wings now.
Yep.
Well. It'll certainly make getting out of here a lot quicker. Even if it is a rather abrupt exit. But, well, duty calls and all that. As does adventure!
Yes.
Marvelous, marvelous adventure! Come, young Eleanor, we have things to do, people to save, and secrets to discover.
Okay. And as we leave, I tell the party that if anything comes up, I'm just like one call away.
Terrain. What is Terrain's reaction to this?
He is very sad. His sidekick is departing. But justice must be done elsewhere, and he understands.
I imagine he just this knowing nod and just like gives her a salute.
Go, make me proud.
Oh, yeah. That thing I was supposed to have eventually gotten around to giving.
Yeah, she has the scarf. You gave it to her already.
Not the scarf, the other thing.
Oh, the glove?
Nope. The dog tag.
Oh.
The basically justice symbol dog tag that calls for help whenever needed.
Mm-hmm.
And records all justice done by the bearer.
You now carry with you, Eleanor now carries with her the mark of the storm.
Yep.
Okay.
And knows in her heart that the storm of justice will never be far behind her. And with that, GM Lair, Eleanor and Gra have wandered out of the campaign. Meanwhile, this has been happening. Padma is furiously studying a book and pulling out some incense. And like you hear her like reading like mimicking enchantments as she's like making sure the thing isn't like exploding or something. She's very, very thoroughly reading this book.
I'm gonna hand Virion off to Fenless and be like, he's your boss. You take care of him for a minute.
Let me look at Fenless's strength here real quick. Can Fenless carry him? I assume no. I'm realistic. You have an 11 strength. You cannot carry that man.
That is true.
Snackbot will carry him.
And I'm going to see if my darling Padma needs assistance. I wasn't basically telling him to carry him. I was like, take care of him for a minute, and I just flopped him onto the ground and walked off.
Oh, so he's like right here next to the stump.
Yep.
With a Snackbot, like, I assume he's like pointing a knife at him. Like, not even threatening, like, just the knife is just pointed in his direction. Well, I say knife. It's Snackbot's little sword, so it's actually kind of long.
He just pulls out a whetstone. The point of it just happens to be in his direction.
Padma, however, is just stops her incantation long enough to hold up a finger. You're just like, getting my griffin back.
Yes.
And then she goes back to what she's doing.
Help with that? I guess not.
No, you can't really help with the Find Familiar ritual. She is just ritual casting Find Familiar.
Well, I tried. Okay. At least I fucking tried.
Trying is half the battle.
Arvin actually wanders over to where the 3 stone obelisks are, and picks up the dried sunflower staff that Virian dropped because he can't really carry it when he's unconscious.
And well, I guess he could carry it because he's only manacled. It's not like I have his hands bound or anything.
Well, no, he let go because he was out cold.
No, I was saying in the event he was still conscious, is what I meant.
Oh, no.
If he was, we wouldn't let him carry it anyway.
Probably not, because you imagine it can do magical things, because it's being carried by a druid. A fairly powerful one at that, looks at his caster level.
It's a shame he didn't get to do anything.
Yeah, no, wise decision on you guys to fucking CC the mage first.
I mean, Onyx didn't get to do anything either.
Onyx did more than Virian did, because all Virian did was get fucked.
Wait,
I'll be fair, he got an entire turn before everyone else showed up to CC him and beat him to a pulp.
Onyx is currently 100 feet past the edge of the map, drowning because
Crushed
Mama
and drowning in
formed
the grasp of a
hand.
giant plant hand.
Mama is currently drowning.
Justice Dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Meanwhile, Celestine.
Poof.
The boof feels scratches behind the ear.
Yay, scritches.
And you hear a voice whispering on the winds, "You're almost there. Just a little further." And at this point, you see... You feel like a shift in the ground. It almost feels like a little bit of a rumble. And then the map is going to change because you're going to see something new. You will see... Whoop! A path to Yggdrasil beginning to rise from the lake towards you.
Yggdrasil is literally in the middle of the lake, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks like equal parts like water-dwelling plants and coral are growing up to just suddenly form a bridge.
Nice.
And it's a pretty big, pretty sturdy-looking bridge, too. And for Celestine, it's the first time you've ever seen this happen because you get usually as close as you can to the tree just by, like, walking and or swimming. This is the first time Mama has ever laid out the red carpet for you, so to speak. And you feel really proud that you're getting to do this.
Yay, all the wags.
Yay.
Oh, Well, Shiaki was just talking to himself aloud. Thank goodness, because swimming that far would have been annoying.
So are the rest of us seeing it as well, or only Cal?
No, all you guys are seeing it. It's not as if you can just make it's not like an illusion, like, no, this is actually, like, physical happening thing.
Okay. Then I give him an extremely interested look as I start walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Bernai approves the Justice Dunk.
Mm-hmm. Arvin's gonna just shove the sunflower staff in his bag of holding real quick. Then he's gonna be the one to pick up Virian and kind of put him over his shoulder and carry, because he can actually do that. He's stronger than I thought he was. Good job, Arvin.
Yeah.
And as you guys begin to get ready to go across the thing, you hear a and a little griffin cry as Pam looks up for ritual, and popping out of the little flash pan that was full of incense a minute ago now has a little griffin just like shaking dust off himself in it.
Welcome back, little buddy. Scritch, scritch.
He like nips at your finger, then he just jumps back on Padma. He's not happy right now.
Fair enough.
Padma just picks up a little thing, scratches his little griffin. I'm sorry. As I assume you all press on to Yggdrasil itself, with the booth leading the way because he is the booth and Mama's near. Alrighty then. We need slightly more fitting for this situation. I say more fitting. Well, it would be more fitting for like something grand and like triumphant and nature-y, but no, this is the Celestine we're talking about. It's booth music time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, time for the booth theme song.
Yeah, it's called Quirky Doc, so it fits. Let me just grab this here bottle of water. Yes. Oh boy, it's gonna be kind of long. Mm-hmm. As you all walk forward, the newly formed bridge is far more stable than it looks, considering it's just haphazardly made of plants and coral. That are still a little bit wet, so you're making sure you're not slipping or nothing. Keep going. There's just this serene feeling as you walk just to the beating heart of this entire forest and coral reef. And Yggdrasil ain't no like fucking small tree. No. This thing dwarfs the redwoods. It's enormous. Like we're talking probably Crystal Tower tall.
Oh shit.
It ain't called the World Tree for nothing, bitch.
True.
And as you approach, you can see it takes you a minute to notice, but like the tree is, despite the fact it's, you know, fall going into winter right now, the tree looks like it's not just one tree. It clearly has to be one tree because it's just all growing from the same base, but it in places it branches out and there's different, despite the fact the green and is predominant on the tree itself, there's still various other colors like, you know, pinks from cherry blossoms, reds, oranges, yellows. This thing takes the whole world tree very seriously, as it is the source of all trees in the world. Or at least that's the kind of impression you get when it looks like just various other like fruit-bearing or simply blooming trees are just part of it.
I can see why you want to visit here every year, Celestine.
I like it here.
You can also see, looking over the side of the still forming bridge taking you to the tree itself, the water is almost perfectly crystal clear. You can see various fish, little crabs, and other, you know, sea life just going about their business in a bright just reef. See little clownfish and anemones, hermit crabs, you know, finding new shells and stuff. You're not sure where the hand that grabs Onyx went, and at this point, you're not sure you want to know. Because you can't see like the
That's all I care about.
yeah, you can also see like a few fallen like entire actual trees that have sunken or just been submerged from the sheer amount of water here. Along with what can only be described as just forests of, in a few places, seaweed or other such underwater plants. Even as you pass about halfway across the lake, you can even see what look like submerged buildings.
Hey guys, I found a mantis.
The funniest part is, you don't know this in character, but you're not wrong. Mm-hmm. You can see what like beautifully detailed streets and even like stone lampposts, but they're all just hundreds, just like tens, if not hundreds of feet underwater. Doesn't look like anything's currently living in there besides a bunch of fish and the occasional shark.
Shark!
Mm-hmm. You also pass by, once you're about 3/4 of the way across, you pass between two large, just stone spires that have like murals carved into them. That seems to depict, obviously at the top is a rendition of Vernai herself. And along the mural carved along it looks like, because it looks like she's holding her hands down and like giving something to someone below her, and along curving it, the statues are mirrored. So the one on the right is leaning towards the path they're both leaning towards the path you guys are coming across on.
Mm-hmm.
And the pattern spirals down in the direction their hands are going. Which shows like rain, wind, and such bringing just life and things to the world and the people in it. Animals, hunt game, that sort of thing. And then it kind of just fades off into the water, which naturally has a little bit of algae and other such stuff that even shows a little bit like has risen and gone up or down with the tides and waves splashing across it. But it's impressively not like eroded, despite how ancient it looks. Though, given the place you're in, you figure part of why it doesn't look like it's eroded to shit is because, well, divine magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you pass the threshold between the two pillars, the air itself feels alive.
It's saturated in magic.
For lack of a better term, yeah, like there is just energy and life in this place. Because that is the one mother's gift to the world. It is life. It is things. Plants. Animals. Weather. It's just here. This is where it all began. And like, even like even the skeptic among you, Fenless, even you're just like, okay, it's the first time I've ever been here. I can see what the big deal is. Because to you in particular, because you're a druid, the energy you feel just in the air, it feels like when you activate wild shape, when you shapeshift, or when you cast magic. Except it's just not like just an instantaneous moment of doing the action. It's just there.
It feels amazing.
Yeah, it feels pretty interesting. Anyway. And once you guys actually make it to the tree itself, you notice that where the bridge has met the tree's like roots have sort of risen up to form this like platform, and indeed the like kind of they're still settling into place a little bit, but like the tree has like kind of formed that temple you see in the image.
I'm just in awe of the view because I've never been here before either.
Yeah, you know, in fact, I think the only one who's ever been here before is, if not Padma, at least once before, definitely just Celestine.
Snack's making Snackbot take pictures.
You just hear the camera, the phone like camera clicks every so often from Snackbot.
Shutter click.
Yeah. Ugh. And as you approach, you all hear a voice say, "Please, come in." The three faithful to Vernai, however passingly in Fenlis's case, all faintly see the outline of a person beckoning them towards the interior of the temple that is apparently in Yggdrasil itself. Which, of course, Celestine naturally sees as Mama!
Yay.
Does the booth go zoom east?
Yes.
Whoop, yep, okay.
I tidy myself in my collar and then walk to where she beckoned to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Arvin, like, keeps...
I was just gonna say I kind of follow suit, straighten up my appearance at least a little bit.
Arvin kind of rolls his shoulders, looks at the guy on his shoulder, looks at Terrain and Padma. Mind keeping an eye on him? And they're just, nah. Terrain just like, say no more. Justice will make sure his foul villainy does not taint so holy a place. Thanks. Because Padma like didn't really look at if she was busy scritching the griffin and just following the booth in with Bronwyn the Koshai following behind her. So Arvin just kind of sets him down, fixes the thing, and then he takes out that the little cape thing he got from Titania pitching at him because she didn't want Raziel to have it anymore, and finally puts it on. He doesn't know what it does yet. I do. But he doesn't. He's just like, it'll probably look nicer. Straightens up and goes inside. Just move these two to the GM layer real quick, and then you guys now have another new map. You guys are at the very bottom. Woo! As you enter this large, impressively well lit for what should be the inside of a giant ass tree. Because you can see sort of like growing and glowing from inside, like the walls and also the 6 pillars you can see around are just bioluminescent plants or berries or something. It's just you can see inside this place, and it's
flower lanterns.
Kinda. There's the two pillars in the furthest back between them and the what looks kind of like this weird, like nature Stargate doorway thing. That's what the big brown and blue circle in the back is. On either side of it are these trees that have fruits hanging off them that, to you, look like lanterns. Actually, hold on. Let me grab a picture of them because they are honestly very pretty. Come here, Google. Image address and putting it in the D&D Discord. Those are the trees you see on either side of the portal. Or the portal looking thing.
Okey-dokey.
They're not glowing as bright as some of the other stuff in there, but they still have a glow about them. And as you can kind of tell from what's in the middle of the map, there is this large flat stump like that one in that one map in Gridania. Or out in the Black Shroud, where this is that big like tree stump. And sticking out in the center, kind of like, you know, just stuck in there, pretty good sword in the stone style, is an axe. A large, a very large battle axe with this. It's interesting to look at. It looks like someone just very meticulously sharpened just slate and stuck it on a stick and called it an axe. Because it's surprising how intricately like just carved and shaped it is, because it looks like a full-on like properly shaped like battle axe, not dissimilar to the one you get out of the vault in 14.
Okay.
It's like somewhere between that and the axe you get out of Castor Mabania, but the head of the axe is all just this dark slate stone. And carved onto it, you can see the shape of a wolf. The actual, like, handle and everything is the heavy, dark, like, just this dark, almost black, brown oak with carvings and runes that are set in a, like, deep forest green. And it doesn't take you long after seeing the wolf carving on the head to understand the significance of this item. This is the Fang Collar, the Odyssey Forged of Nature.
Oh, you're his big guy, giving Celestine a big old slap on the back.
Yep.
Oh,
The move forward for the axe.
yes.
As you begin to approach, you see a spectral wolf appear. It's a very big wolf. It's like just sitting and watching you, but like it's probably about just sitting down. It's about as tall as you are. It big. And it's just silently watching you. Do you continue to approach?
Yes.
As you get closer, a second wolf appears, and like the first, same size, Same action, just watching.
What are these yellow circles that I see around me?
They are just they're like natural like tree pillars inside the room.
Okay.
As you keep getting closer, a third wolf appears. This one seems a little bigger than the other two. Like the first, he is just watching. They're just still watching. You can actually, at this point, you start to hear this faint. It's faint as you get closer and approach the large, tree stump in the middle. You swear you hear distant howls of wolves.
No, they'll start a howling. Ooh! I'm going to howl too.
As you howl, let's shift the song real quick. As you howl, the three wolves all raise their heads and howl with you. And the wolf head on the head of the axe begins to glow, and you hear a fourth howl.
Like a fourth one outside of counting me as four?
Apart from you, there was three other howls. There is now a fourth coming from the axe. Apart from you. But after a moment, you realize it's not a different howl, it's an echo of your own. You just woof for as long as you can. Oh, all right.
I'm gonna touch the axe very gently.
Once you do, there's a spark of green-orange light and a little burst of little energy leaves swirl around it, and then you see that doorway portal thing in the back, the big blue and brown thing, suddenly flare and spark before an image you are very familiar with appears. The One Mother, the goddess Vernai.
It's Mama. I'm going to lay down.
You're gonna lay down next to the axe. Glad you finally made it, Celestine.
Me too. Sorry I'm late. I got dog napped.
It's fine. You dealt with the bad ones after all, didn't you?
There's still so many more.
Well, there's always going to be bad ones. Just a matter of not letting them get too out of hand. But And she gestures towards the towards you in the Fang color. You can stand up.
Alright, I stand up.
Tell me, little one. Do you know the tale of the Fang collar?
I don't. I've only seen carvings of it.
Well, glad those have survived. Water, come here. Oh god, my throat. That's better. Well, Fang collar is not simply a weapon like what stands before you. She pauses for a second. Well, I suppose it still is, but there's a bit more that comes with it than just something big to hit the bad people with. The Fang collar is named for the first of its kind. The first to hold that title, to stand against things that would see the natural order crumble or bent to their whims. Not content to see summer into fall, to winter, to spring, to summer again, but to see such things as winter consume summer, or spring to conquer fall. To take the way the world works and mold it in their hands like clay. The Fang collar was the first to rally those who would fight against such forces, but against such bloated fools who think their whims are better than what is. To bear the Fang collar, the weapon and the title, you must be prepared to, when needed, stand against those who would pervert nature to their whims. Are you willing to carry the axe?
I am. I am willing to serve you and nature itself.
A small tear rolls down her cheek and she smiles. Thank you, Celestine. And she gestures towards it. Then take what is yours.
I pick up the axe.
As you do, the three wolves howl again.
I howl with them.
One by one, you still hear their howls. But they gather. But in the order they first appeared, no, for fucking, god damn it. They vanish into a swirl of blue leaves, and then their essence goes into the Fang collar itself. Congratulations, Celestine. The Fang collar is now yours. Let me just put it on your character sheet. Because you have a new toy besides Stick.
Yay.
And he can dual wield them.
Yeah, you can dual wield Fang Collar and Stick.
And still have bonus AC from animated shield. Ooh, it was so broken.
Yeah. However, to use the Fang Collar at its full power, you will have to attune to it, which means you have to give up one of the items you're attuned to already.
Alright, let me pop up my character sheet here.
You're attuned to your armor, your shield, and the Ring of Protection.
What shield am I attuned to?
Frisbee.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wait, because I enchanted it.
Mm-hmm. You enchanted the fuck out of it.
Alright, I'm gonna have to give up the ring, because I think Frisbee gives more AC than that ring does.
Mm-hmm. Also, the Fang Collar gives you something else. Let me just put all of its stuff on your sheet real quick. Let me just... Okay, so to go over what all the Fang Color does, because it's rather a lot of things. While you're attuned, the weapon itself is a Great Axe. It does a D12 damage base before strength or anything else. In its current state, it's also counted as a +2 weapon, so it has a +2 to hit and to damage. It also natively deals a D6 extra acid damage, and 3 times per day you can Awu as a bonus action. When you Awu, you summon 3 wolves. As long as they are within 20 feet of you, you gain +1 to AC and to saving throws.
Mm.
And saving throws.
Yes, as long as they are within 20 feet of you. The wolves can't attack, but they will help you like do other things. Like they can like find invisible things, find items, trails. They'll, do what a wolf can aside from bite stuff. And they will follow your mental commands, requiring no actual action on your part. You can just think, block the way, and they will get in the way, because they are physical things, and they will last for either an hour or until they're killed. Or are dispelled by a dispel magic. But as long as you have at least one wolf up and it's within 20 feet of you, you get the bonus to AC and saving throws. So yeah, you traded up to a much better thing than the Ring of Protection. Because the Ring of Protection you can hit stuff with. And also a woo for friends.
Yay.
It is not at its full power, however, either. You can tell just like holding it, there is still dormant strength within this weapon. And yes, the just general bonus acid damage you have from being the best boy of Vernai, which, by the way, you are now the bestest boy of Vernai. Like, actual rank is bestest boy.
Yay.
In fact, it even comes with the title, you are technically the Fang of the Mother. And can identify yourself as such to gain benefits if you go past places of Vernai worship. And by benefits, I mean they will help you with stuff. And yes, Kel, you can now dual wield the Fang Color and Stick in whatever order you want, and you can hit with whichever one you want the most per turn. Because while dual wielding, you can attack with your offhand weapon as a bonus action. It just depends which one you hit first makes the other one the offhand. Because I would assume that Celestine knows how to hit people very well with an axe with either hand.
Yep.
Yeah, so you've got Fang Call on one hand, Stick in the other. You're gonna ruin days. You're gonna ruin a lot of days for the enemy. After the wolves disappear, boop, boop. Vernai, her form gets a little smaller, more like normal person sized, and then she kind of floats over to where Celestine is, and rather than the simple like just you feel like an actual material hand on your head as she pats you and scratches. I have great faith in you, little friend.
Thank you, Mama.
No, thank you. Then she disappears, leaving behind only the gentle scent of pine. Meanwhile, Fenless is in the back, probably just like screaming, because holy shit, he just saw a god in the flesh again. As if his mind just ah!
I can imagine just that blank face glasses adjust with said internal screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to rationalize it. It's not working very well.
Fenless.exe has stopped responding. Please insert T to reboot.
Error 404.
Flagrant system error. Fenless over.
And he has to
Actually, wait a
attune to
minute.
the axe, yes?
Hmm?
He has yet to... In character, he has yet to attune to the axe properly, correct?
Yeah, but that won't take long for him once you guys, I assume, head back out. Just hold on a second. I need to find... Where's that damage? There it is. Okay, there's the image I was looking for. Endless right now. I'll put it in the D&D channel.
I
I just love the use of the word flagrant.
Right?
Alrighty, now that you have the Fang Collar, what do you want to do? Because Terrain is still sitting outside with the dumbass knocked out because he got dick punched super hard.
What dumbass?
Fendless's boss. Courtmaster Virion.
Shall we try and wake him up, Fenless? I assume you, of all people, have questions.
Let's drag him along with us.
You like literally drag him back to the bus.
Exactly.
I like your emphasis on the word drag. Let's do that.
All right, 1 second. And along the way, because you'll have some time to mess with it, I will assume your fairy spends her time pumping healing into everyone. So just set your guys' health back to full, because she's got nothing to do but burn her spell slots to heal you guys.
Yeah.
God damn it, roll 20. Work with me here.
Work, roll 20, work.
Okay. So, as you guys make your way back across the bridge, and once you start back across the bridge, you hear the tree and the temple you were just in just fade back in just a normal tree, and the bridge just starts to slowly put itself back into the reef as you leave.
Oh shit, it's falling apart, run!
No,
No.
you will get across before it finishes. In fact, if you guys stop, it stops. The putting the bridge back stops too, and is reacting to you guys still being on it.
Well, at least she's polite enough for that.
She ain't called the one mother for nothing. On your guys' way back out, once you get to about here, you finally hear, while still slung over terrain's mighty shoulder of justice, you hear Virian start to wake up.
Oh, good.
Ow.
He's stirring.
What happened to... Oh, God, why do I... Wait, what's going... He looks around. He realizes he's been slung over the shoulder of a giant Asimar man, and he's just like,
Count.
So do you want to do this here, Fenless, or do you want to wait till we get to the bus?
Let's get to the bus. I need some tea.
He sounds good right about now.
Precisely.
All right, we'll just cut back to the world map, because I'm not going to make a map just for the inside of the bus with it.
Fair enough. Randomly thinking about it, I realized I don't think we have come up with a team name. Still.
No. Oh, hey, Tori. Celestine is now the bestest boy of Vernai, and he also has his new axe, and you have your griffin back.
Why the fuck was my phone muted?
I don't know, but it's not now.
I don't know.
My new keyboard came in, so that's why I'm just not on my computer.
Ah.
Yay, new keyboard.
But yes, you missed the dramatic Celestine getting direct head pats from Mama Vernai and getting his new axe.
Why is Fenless a flagrant system error?
Oh, because he saw Vernai basically in person right in front of him. And it's backstory-related things. Despite being a druid, Fenless is apparently moderately atheist.
I mean, druids are connected to nature, not
more with
necessarily beauty.
agnostic.
I couldn't remember the other term, so atheist came to mind first. I'm like, what was the other term?
Basically, he thinks the gods grew tired and kind of left away from the world and doesn't think that they
Directly
care.
do
God's
anything.
tired of
Yeah.
this off to themselves for a while.
Well, now you're seeing proof otherwise, because
Yeah,
God is just straight
clearly
up
that is not the case.
Mhm.
So now he is flagrant system error.
Yes.
Druid over.
We joked he needed key to reboot the system.
Jesus Christ, how many layers of box am I going to have to open?
Many.
5. I'm counting 5.
3.5.
But yeah.
3.5.
Damn.
Okay. Also, it turns out the reason why Eleanor's mentor Gra was unable to get a hold of her is because about a week after he left, he ran out of minutes on his cell phone plan and forgot to renew. For the record,
Let's say, good thing he's a bird, otherwise he would be a real bird brain.
well, he's actually fairly intelligent. His intelligence modifier is +4. His wisdom, however, is -3.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
He is not a wise bird in the slightest. He was wondering why Eleanor wasn't taking his calls. It failed to dawn on him that he hadn't reset his fucking minutes. Been waiting for that reveal too. That was fun.
Oh
That's
god, my
funny.
phone.
Yeah.
It was hilarious yet unsurprising. I was like, looks at his race. He is quite bird-like.
There's another layer. There's another layer to it that I'll get into after the stream. But yeah, Siberian has begun awakening from his dick punch-induced unconsciousness. As you guys are heading back to the bus.
Okay.
And now you arrive right as everyone's like, okay, now we're on the bus. You do, however, have a minor problem in that you're going to be walking past park rangers with some dude tied up and slung over the shoulder of justice.
Does anybody have any invisibility spell?
Mm,
Son of a
I
bitch.
have darkness.
That would be even more suspicious, so sadly that will not work.
That's funny to me. That's your first reaction, because the immediate thought is just bubble of darkness on the party. There's a few people who could see through magical darkness. Aside from Jacquio, it's Arvin and Sneck who can. But
Well, all the park rangers are in the thing, right? Supposedly.
actually, Arvin's like, I have a better idea. One moment. He takes Miriam over his shoulder and then just dimension doors into the bus.
There we go.
That'll work.
Better idea.
Yeah, he's like, so. Oh, by the way, I should probably do this. Poof. Because even if he doesn't know why he's there, he's gonna kind of want to be willing to not. He's kind of willing to get out of his current situation, so Arvin didn't have trouble teleporting him.
Yeah, I'm sorry for all the rattling.
No worries.
The rest of us walk to the bus like plebs who
Mhm.
don't have dimension door. That's okay. Dimension door only goes 500 feet.
Yeah, and you guys are within 200 feet of the bus. It's a good thing Arvin knows exactly where it is. He's like, it's within
Yeah,
500
that
feet.
would've-
Bust, poof.
Say, that would have ended badly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, actually, as passed by the park rangers, one of them like looks at you guys' group and just like tips his hat respectfully, and like doesn't try to stop the party. He doesn't even seem to notice that there's less of you coming out than there is going in. Significantly less, because you're down 2 people at the moment. As Eleanor has flown off to do justice with Graw somewhere.
Goodbye, Eleanor.
Bye.
But don't worry, you still have Heck and Heckbot.
Yay! Well, I guess it makes sense I can't elevate these ones right away because they're split.
So, when you guys get back into the bus proper, Arvin already has him. Because you guys didn't. Wait, no, you still had the bag infinite chain with you. So once you go in, Virian is just thrown into a chair, just like kind of uncomfortably because his hand chain. I assume he's manacled behind the back.
Of course.
Yeah, so he's kind of like trying to position himself to be comfortable because his hands are now stuck behind him. And everyone's like, "Yep, someone hand me the bag of chains, please."
There we go.
And
All right, and then ting, and now he's chained up. Now he's like at least once around chained to the chair he's in.
that'll work. I'll let you do the questioning, Fenless. So I'm assuming you have great plenty.
There we go.
Oh.
Also,
So-
Darian is no longer alone in the clickiness.
So I look at him all smugly. I tilt my head. And I go, so why? Let's start from the beginning. Why?
He like swallows heavily, looks a little bit nervous, like very like that, very nervous, like kind of way. He's like, why what?
Oh, I don't know. Why were we just in battle with you? Like, I don't know how many hours ago that was. Was that like an
It's-
hour ago?
Given how your nymph lasts about that long, yeah, it's about an hour.
So what was the deal with that?
Oh,
What's going on?
you mean with the armored fellow?
Just because he can, Shiakio takes a seat near him and just starts sharpening a random dagger that was found on the bus. No real reason, just nonchalantly sharpening a dagger near
Well,
Virian.
to be fair, Arvin has one in the bag of pulling that's called the Pristine Elven Knife.
I'll
It just never gets dirty, so you could be sharpening that one. It's just been sitting around, no one's used it, so there you go.
I'll just sharpen it. No real reason.
And he looks to
Do remember to use your words.
yes. Already, a lot of things are you have little faith in what you're about to hear, Fenless. Because most of the time you hear Virian, he's... You know he's not exactly the bravest man. You've never seen him quite this evasive or acting like he feels like anything he'd say could make him suddenly explode violently into about 1,000,000 pieces. Like, this is just an auto-success insight check for you, because it's just like, you know him the best out of everyone here. You've had to deal with your boss a lot. He ain't never been this much of a little bitch before. He's usually a bit more just like hoity-toity, kind of full of himself.
So I'm going to lean in, like, or so my cheek is almost right next to his, and I whisper into his ear, "Are you scared?" It's free real estate.
I wasn't prepared. I need to sit down. Oh. for a second. I need to sit down so I don't hurt myself. Oh, shit. Ooh. Was that you, Jinx?
No, that wasn't me. I was trying.
That sounded like Snack.
What
Oh,
did
I
you
didn't
even
say anything.
Whoever whispered, what did they whisper? I
It's
thought
It's
I
free
heard,
real estate. I don't know who said
what I
it, but they
thought
get
I-
DM inspiration.
that's what I thought I heard. Free real estate. I was like, what?
I wasn't prepared. But getting back into it. He just no, you know how it is sometimes. To which easily found the answer question. Yeah, he is. Like you've heard him be evasive when he doesn't want to answer a question before. That's exactly what he's doing now.
So clearly something has you worried. Remember, words. Words are good.
I like to imagine Celestine is just like sitting in a chair, just his tail wagging, just staring at Virion with two giant axes on his back and an armor that looks like it's made entirely of rock.
The healers new? Yeah. I guess we'll do small one.
Cannot hear the clicky keyboard.
That doesn't matter. I can hear it, and it's very satisfying.
And my
It's the
clicking
little
is
things in life
quieter.
you treasure.
My clicking.
What was
is
that,
quiet.
Jinx?
I was just saying my clicking is quieter with my new keyboard. It's still mechanical.
I got the clickiest one I could.
Anyway, Virion. It's a complicated situation. You know, a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of red tape. You know, a lot of that unpleasant stuff and things.
Padma just quietly walks behind him and starts twisting his ears.
Okay. Don't need to do that now. Let's not be hasty, please. Oh God, I already heard it everywhere.
Then stop taking forever to walk a mile. She still has a hold of his ears, but she's not twisting them anymore.
I had to work with him, okay? I had to.
And who did you have to work for?
Onyx, Galen, all of them.
Why?
He looks terrified out of his mind as he looks you dead in the eye and says, They were gonna burn down the reef.
Why were they going to burn down the reef?
They were gonna, if I didn't help them get to the damned axe that was in the tree, they were gonna burn down the reef to get it.
And who told them that burning down the reef would give them access to the axe?
I don't know. They said that was what they were gonna do. They already had the plan before I talked to them.
And what else? What did they promise you for going along with their plan?
If I helped them get to the axe, the Odyssey, whatever, they wouldn't destroy the reef or turn on Orsvale or any other part of Cavalli.
And you believe them?
Well, the big the one you Onyx, you threw him into the lake, and Vernai had her way with him, I can assume. Or did I hear splashing? I swear I heard water splashing. I can only assume you killed him if he's not here. Arvin just like looks at Celestine, then back at Virion. Yeah, no, the goddess dealt with him. We just threw him into her embrace, and he didn't find comfort there. And Viren just, oh, ha, 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 ha. Okay. It was either it was him or it was his. No, that was it. It wasn't burning. It was their other plan was the brute. Oh God, that thing. You thought he was freaked out before. Oh man, he is scared now. The Dragonborn don't. He just everything about him seemed wrong. He was always short with that. The one.
Heck.
Hi, Cal.
Mini super loud sneeze.
He was
Scared.
always yelling at the scientist one. Who was doing his part to whatever Galem's overall scheme was. Couldn't really focus because I was just scared of that thing. He just like looks at you. He just like looks at the person like, you ever seen someone just touch something and it just
Yes.
withers away to ash?
Yes.
Yes.
You just hear Arvin, oh, you mean Faust? And Viren's like, nods. Yeah, him. He was their other plan. If I didn't help them get in, he was gonna just suck everything out of the reef. I couldn't let them just destroy that place. I couldn't. It was help them get the stupid axe, or that thing just consumed.
Now, what were they going to do with the axe?
Well, they couldn't use it for a power battery.
What were they going to do? He's like, he's not like trying to wrench free, but he's like shaking his head, just like, come on, brain, answer me right now, kind of way. They were something ritual for something gods, a godly ritual. I've just been that Faust character scared me so much. Whenever he was around, I couldn't focus on anything but staying away from him.
So I look back at the team with questioning eyes as if they can figure out what kind of ceremony he'd be talking about.
Oh, you know from talking to Giacchio.
Do I?
Yeah, Fenlis was there to hear it. Giacchio's part in the whole plan was the whole like rogues gallery evil plan was to find a way to find an answer to the question, what makes a god a god? Trying to see if you could create divinity entirely through mortal means.
Oh.
So it sort of
nope, I hit the branch on the way down.
So it comes to you after you ask the question and you realize, oh. That for at least part of the ritual to create this just spark of divinity, they thought the Fang Caller could help with that. At least that's the impression you get.
Gotcha. Well, now after saying all that, how should you... No. How can you prove to us that you're being truthful?
He's like scanning, and then he finally catches sight of Snackbot, and just like kind of just whoop, entirely in his seat as away from him as he can. Keep that thing away from me.
I raise my brow at the Snackbot.
Snackbot's the one who punched him in the dick.
You know that Snackbot punched him so hard in the dick he passed out. You know exactly why you don't want to be near the Snackbot. There is no mystery.
Step closer to him.
I still wanted to raise my brow.
Snackbot just like turns around in the driver's seat at him. Just stare.
Gee.
He's just like, I mean, if I lie to you, he'll just hit me again, won't he?
No, I will.
He like, Padma can't see it because she's behind him holding his ears, I assume. But everyone in front of him just like sees him, just like he's still looking at Snackbot, and just like that thing where he just like pause and you look away and you like consider, like, I'm not sure if that's worse or not.
I play dirty.
You ever see those super intimidating, not meant to be intimidating doggo yawns where they yawn and you really get to see exactly how large and dangerous their teeth are, but that's not what their intention was? Celestine lets out one of those.
He just like, he was looking into, fortunately, he was looking in the move's direction. Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Where is it?
He just your friend is he like he has that thing like you lean back into your own neck and give yourself like a double chin.
Yeah.
He like does that. So he just like leans a little bit back towards Padma without realizing. He's like, your friend is very big.
Ah, don't worry, the worst he do is lick you to death.
Okay. So, Arvin speaking up at this point. So, let me make sure I'm following what you're saying. They approached you, threatened to either or both burn down the Yggdrasil Reef or feed it to Faust, along with who knows how much of an entire nation, just to get access to a single item of great power inside the largest and one of the most well-protected sacred sites short of the Dunespire Citadel itself. And you just went along with this. You didn't go to get help. You didn't try to undermine anything. You just did it. He's just like, I mean, sounds a lot worse when you put it that way, but I was like, but you did it anyway, even though you had a number of ways to get out of the situation. There's concerned about a lot of people. He's like, he now looks like he's kind of on the verge of tears as he's like breathing heavily. It's yeah.
I just looked at Fenless. Was he always this dramatic?
You have no idea.
I'm channeling Virion, okay? Tori knows exactly what I mean when I say Virion.
I know, I was just doing that on purpose for in character.
Mm-hmm. However, for all of his theatrics, you've never known him to use fake crying as part of it, so you're a little surprised there. That's a first.
So, feeling slight pangs of pity, I look at him and go, so, what would you do? What would you have us do with you?
It's like the meekest voice you've ever heard from this man, and it sounds a little, well, let me go.
And what would you offer us in return?
Up.
Celestine gets up and...
We're not letting him go.
Why not?
Conscription. Instead of letting you go, free to roam this world and do whatever you please, you will spend the rest of your life in service to Vernai and the Reef and ensure its personal safety.
Wasn't he a Vernai?
I'm the court master of the Court of Dreaming Winter. My life already belongs to Vernai.
Yet you conspired in a plot to destroy her most holy tree.
I conspired in a plot to save the damned reef. He sounds very offended that you're he sounds very offended right now.
I don't give a shit how offended he is. Did you truly think that Onyx would stop at nothing short of sheer destruction?
To be fair, he might not know your evil brother as well as you did.
And like he hears that Onyx was your brother.
Sadly, I assume.
The few others in the litter, yes, he was related to me.
Regrettably so, I imagine.
He's like kind of slacked out staring at you. His eyes like twitching a little bit, and you're not sure the emotion on his face because, dude, it's everywhere. Unless someone wants to try to insight check to see if you can figure him out.
All right, hold on.
At 2.
Man, he looks scared. Oh, Snack. Well, one moment while I type something at you, Snack.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Padma, you can tell he's not telling you the whole story. You're not sure what it could be, though. And you could also be like, it could be equal parts just like fear fucking with his memory because he looks absolutely terrified right now.
Tell me, Viren, how many died in your pursuit to save the reef? How many of my kindred brethren were turned into abominations?
He's now... He's just staring at you. His like in that like very tight-lipped, like shaking with anger kind of way, and he is now actually crying. And yes, Snek, you can.
I grab my weapon and point it at him and say, "You are definitely not telling us everything. Spill it."
The fuckers have my wife and son!
There it
Okay.
Pamela just kind of lets go of his ears. That's more like their speed, okay.
How far would you go to save what you love most? He's staring right at Celestine as he says this.
I would die to see the ones that I love most safe, rather than sacrifice the lives of others to do it.
Pamela just kind of looks at Celestine. The people who bamboozled him would have just turned around and killed his wife and son if he had picked that option.
But instead, so many others suffered.
There is no easy win in this situation.
I tried to get them back. Whoever that Galen bastard is, he's beyond any mage I've ever met. Every single time I tried to get within a mile of where they had them, just found myself shut into some other random damn corner of this entire godforsaken planet.
Then when I catch up to this Galen, he will suffer a fate worse than any death.
Your brother. The only line I had to know that they were still alive. He's gone now. No assurance that they won't die soon. For all they know, I'm dead too. And therefore their hostages mean nothing.
Then perhaps we can plan a ruse.
He raises an eyebrow, just staring at you.
Pamela just kind of also arches an eyebrow. Are you suggesting we call in our good friend Hawk?
I am.
Arvin just like, one hand on chin, just like leaning against the wall, just like, I want to see where this is going now.
What proof do Galen and the others have that the events that have transpired here happened?
Well, they
The
probably won't be
only-
able to get in contact with Onyx, so...
Casualties happen in fights. Onyx simply wasn't fit to make it.
I don't know if she was saying damn to something happening elsewhere, or if that was in response to you.
It was in response to me.
Excellent. The only trouble will be getting in contact again. As well. Onyx didn't exactly like to share his toys, as it were. The only way I can think of is to maybe get any word along to any of them. What's so funny?
The things in the stuff channel and what?
I'll look in a second. The only way I can think to get any word along would be to go to one of two places. Either to Desland in Marnat, and I would rather not.
Yes, let's
Or-
not, please.
We find Faust. So the only thing I paid a lot of attention to in regards to him was how they were keeping the leash on a beast who could just... He sounds very shaken as he says this. Reduce a person to dust. What it seemed, the leash was the promise of freedom from what he
Yeah.
apparently defines as a curse. So he actually pauses. Wait, there's the other ones, the crazy drow and the angry one.
Well, angry is how we would describe Jana. I don't know the crazy one.
John, that's the crazy one's sister, isn't it?
Yeah. I
Uh,
think.
Jonah, right? That's his damn name. Which Armin's like, yeah, that's Jonah's brother. Armin's like, oh well, suppose she was the poor soul who he was referring to as having for his as he defined it, the booster like used to jumpstart a car. I'm not most familiar with that technology.
Oh, lovely.
Jumpstarter, that was it.
Lovely.
Then there's the one just kept going on about how much he hated something about dragons, which to me he always seemed like this the dullest tool in the shed, if you asked me. As if you have a beef with dragons and them roaring, you have a lot of other uphill battle to go if you want to try to tangle with some of them.
The laughter is out of character.
To the stuff thing or to realizing what he's talking about?
Yes.
I'm just like, oh, did he wear a lot of green? This is Arvin. Green, like, yes. Arvin's like, the fucker we found in the domain of conflict. When he got teleported out after we captured him.
Yes.
Correct. Oh, wait. You guys didn't do anything to the car we took to get here, did you? That's Virion
No.
talking.
No, because there's a few other ones right next to it.
Yeah, we noticed that when we came in. There was 3 when we got here, but it looked like there was only 2 left besides ours. There's the radio in the stupid back of the van that probably connects to, if not Desland, then maybe Galem, one of Galem's other subordinates. The ones who were ranked under Onyx, probably. You know, the cannon fodder for a megalomaniac like that. I could probably, while you enact whatever plan you're on, tell them the not entirely untrue statement that I'm on the trail of the people who took the Fang Collar from us and killed Onyx.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Which would give us more time to enact whatever you're planning to do with your hawk associate. Wasn't that bird who shouted "Begone" thought, is it?
No.
No.
Oh. I'm just like, I didn't like that bird though. You just see Terrain just like nodding his head, just like, here.
I'll be right back too.
And yes, you are amused by the notion that even while unconscious, he heard "Begone" thought.
So who wants to explain Hawk?
Arvin just like, I don't think we should explain Hawk to him at all. Yaku, likewise. He doesn't need to know about our side of the plan. He just has to do his. To which he's a little uncomfortable, like, fair. I just need to get you the time and then a place to meet once you have your half of it. I can only assume you're going to try to counterfeit the Fang Collar.
I assume that was Celestine's idea, yes.
And until told otherwise, I'm just going to assume that Celestine's just like nodding his head. Then... that would probably work. At least... At least this way we'll have something they don't know, because in truth, they're not exactly keeping track of whoever the one who killed the scientist was. Giacchio, you just hear him just like cry. They just know someone's doing something. So they don't have a reason to suspect it's you. Be very easy to say just some other fool's out for power or something. There's many ways to lie. Or, well, tell half-truths.
IR back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
What have I missed?
I've shared a picture of my keyboard.
TLDR of Virian's motives. He was working with the Rogues Gallery because A, they kidnapped his wife and son, and B, were threatening to burn down the reef and or feed it to Faust.
Oh boy.
And currently, Celestine is implying he has a plan to make a counterfeit Fang Collar for Virian to hand over to the bad guys.
Ooh.
That involves everyone's favorite blacksmith, Calvin Hawk!
Yes!
I am looking forward to doing this voice again.
Wait a minute.
It's been quite a while since you have seen Hawk. Hawkowitz.
That's quite spread apart. That would be weird for me.
It's actually comfortable.
Looking at
and it's very
Minnie's picture.
Yeah, I don't think I could get used to that.
it's very bright and very clicky.
Then again, we also don't have big old breasts in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a pressing need for a keyboard like that. Anyway. But the only thing Giacchio's commented on is me doing my best impression of your voice for him, and that the Virian doesn't need to know what your half of the plan is. He thinks it's counterfeiting the Fang Collar, but he's not committing to hearing an answer out of you.
Good.
Because he also realized that while he couldn't contact them through Onyx like he had before, the van he arrived in has a radio that could probably contact one of the other Rogues Gallery members.
Well,
So
that eventually is going to get impounded. Or no, wait, are we letting him go? No, because we're giving it to him.
he needs to make the call so he has the time for you guys to get the fake one ready. I would assume.
Okay, yeah, I understand now. I get it.
Because his half of the plan is basically just gonna BS and say that he's on the trail of the people who ganked Onyx and then took the Fang Collar, which not entirely wrong, just not on the trail that they think he'll be on. So, which to him,
I assume he doesn't know where it is, but have we asked about the Astral Bracer?
the Spectrum Bracer? No one has. It has not come up in conversation.
I'll ask about it, just on the off chance he might have a clue of where it's at, because nobody knows. Just on the off chance.
All right,
I'm not expecting him to know.
But so, Jack, you're gonna ask?
Yes. Do you happen to know where the Spectrum Bracer might be hiding, perchance?
The Bracer... He's like doing that mental math thing, just like checking memories. I've heard it come up in conversation. They haven't... But beyond it being just like, they know where it is? No. Mostly Desland talked about it, though.
Good to know. Thank you.
He just kind of rolls his eyes a little bit.
Out of character, remind me, we're missing the Spectrum Bracer and one other Odyssey Forged?
Nope.
Just the Bracer?
Just the Bracer. It's the only one left that the party doesn't have. And that's still counting Skara with the ignition talent, even though Skara is off doing paladin things.
Right. Yeah. Alright.
But as long as I can play keep away and at least seem like I'm trying to get the thing back, probably buy enough time to make sure my family's safe. It would help if Kel was here so he could explain the rest of his plan. Because like that's what we're waiting on. Because like Kel's the one who had this plan. It's like holy shit, and now he's gone because he had the PRP. So it's like, fuck.
Damn it.
Kel Priest.
I'm guessing he left right before it came back too, didn't he?
No,
Yeah.
Not right before, but a little bit before. I just like looks at the rest of you. So do we go for it or what?
Trembo just kind of looks at him. Do you have a better idea?
He just gives you the look of like if he just like gives you a look that you very much read as if I did I'd offer one.
Exactly.
I think it'll be funny to some extent or another. Once they realize it's a fake.
Yes, well, but
If nothing else.
well, it depends on if we'll even have time to see about said fake. Assuming I don't get back to the van to talk to them soon. He doesn't like struggle, he just kind of like looks at the fact he's manacled and chained up.
How soon is soon?
What time is it? To which Arvin just sort of sighs, taps the little bracer he has, and flips a little holographic watch display in front of Virian's face. Mainly so I don't have to say the time myself. And like Virian just looks at it for a second. Got about another hour and a half before they'll start getting suspicious. So that was the check-in time that Onyx had agreed upon, I think. Obviously, the sooner the better, but... Well... I don't expect a sob story to sway you that much.
Nope, because it won't.
No, you guys did have to press kind of hard to get him to even admit his wife and son were in danger, so...
I mean, it wasn't that hard for me.
Well, Celestine was already about to get into it, and then you pointed the gun at him, and then he said it. I was so amused when Celestine tried to conscript him. I was like, okay, you're trying to conscript an archdruid who already works for Vernai. Okay,
that was
pal.
my reaction. Like, isn't he already sworn to Vernai? I heard the
He's a fucking archdruid, my dude.
It's like there was a record scratch in my head. Wait, isn't he already?
Yeah, that's why it was funny.
So we go to Hawk, make this fake, and have Virian give it to them. That was so far.
Like, the extended plan is Virian makes a call saying, hey, someone else got it, but we saw them leave, but they had to gank Onyx to do it, and now I'm on their trail. Like, that's the extent of his plan, or his part of the plan. It's like, I'm going after them. Thus giving you guys time to get to wherever the nearest fucking door to Hawk's place is, get it made, and then pass it off to this asshole to pass off to the other assholes.
Obviously, you're probably not gonna go nowhere, but do you know who exactly is holding your family, Virian?
He told you he had tried to teleport to them before, just to cut the head off. Just no, give them back. When he tried, he was teleported to some other random corner of the planet. Once he tried to teleport within 1 mile of them.
Okay, so he doesn't even know who is holding him.
He knows roughly where they're at. He just can't get to it because apparently Galem's just that powerful of a mage.
Okay, so Galem's holding him.
At the very least, he assumes it's Galem.
Cause magic.
Because all he said was he tried, and then he blamed Galem. No one bothered to check to see if he actually knows it's them or not, but that's a different matter.
Yep.
Because the other two suggestions before he due to his panic finally remembered that there's a fucking phone in the back seat of his van, was like either go to Marnet to talk to Deslins about the fact that, hey, here's Fangcaller, or go look for Faust.
He was gonna hand off the Fang Collar to one of them.
Yeah, because the one he could have handed off to Onyx is dead. Because like that was the big crux of the entire deal. Get the Fang collar from the reef. Or, just here's all this bad shit that'll happen.
We want Fang Collar in exchange for your family.
Pretty much. And if you're going after an Archdruid to get access to the holy site of the goddess of nature, not a bad plan.
No, not a bad plan at all. Fortunately for them, said Archdruid is a bitch.
I don't
Yeah.
know if that was in character or out of character, because it's like if that was in character, Padma would just bonk Zaki on the head. Be nice.
You'll never know.
It's a mystery.
No, that was out of character.
Okay. Yeah, do you guys want to try to commit to this plan then?
Yeah, let's commit
Yeah.
to this.
It'd be nice if Kel could come back and finish
Sure.
articulating.
Would be. Oof,
So you
please.
need one of those. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, in
stick up.
Brawler.
exactly.
I say we stick a bunch of explosives inside it.
Oh, the fake one?
Yeah.
Just here's a Fang collar shaped bomb. Have fun.
Yep. And okay, we're at minimum safe distance. Click.
And then just nuclear launch detected. Wait, what?
Nuclear launch detected.
My brain naturally then went to Celestine as soon as the fight starts. Now, boof clear launch detected. Can dual wield Fang collar and stick now.
Yes, he can.
Graham.
Nothing is safe.
No. Nothing is.
Let's go find the nearest hawk door.
Well, you're gonna have to let Virion go to make the call anyway, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yep. I will escort him and be quiet to make sure he doesn't try anything.
Arvin pulls back out the guy's sunflower staff and just hands it back to him because he doesn't want to keep it. And he points out easily amusingly enough, the most rundown of the three black vans was actually the one that he was driving.
Ah! Ha ha!
It was reversed to the logic you guys thought. And he takes a minute, he digs out some keys, had the spares, opens the back, and it's not like the most. It's not like it's a pretty sudden shift on the inside compared to the outside. The inside looks fucking pristine, just about.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of but there is radio, computer bank thing set up in the back on one side. There's a chair to use it and everything. And Viren then looks at you. Give me a good shake real quick.
Said give him a good shake, he said.
Yeah, like shake someone.
Just so he doesn't sound
Celestine
wibbly.
puts his paw on his hand.
He can walk out of the car.
No, this is after he's out of the bus. By the
Oh.
in fact, while Giacchio is helping Viren with his side of thing, does Celestine want to explain his plan involving Hawk?
Who was
Check,
Hawk
check, check.
again?
The blacksmith.
Awesome blacksmith.
The one who enchanted the living shit out of your shield. Large Russian tiefling friend.
Oh yeah, okay. I need Hawk to use his skills to make a replica of the Fang collar.
Okay, so your plan was make a fake one.
A fake collar.
Yes.
What's mine?
Iron.
We shall dub it the claw collar, and it'll be for cats.
works too. I was just being a silly smartass with the fake collar.
I like both options.
Well, I mean, we might want to keep the cat collar because Zakio.
He doesn't use
Oh no,
axes.
Padma, all you have to do is whistle in that case.
Yeah, but it was a cat collar, so we could swing it and call you to fight something.
That'd be a funny teleport this one specific person to wherever the fuck this thing hits someone. It's a lot like a stick I heard about where every time you hit something, a bear spawns. Every time a successful attack is made, a bear appears.
Meanwhile,
the bear is just there, and it is a wild bear, apparently. The DM was like, it's a bear. You'd have to rely on animal handling to make sure it doesn't try to eat you, but you'd have a bear.
Alright.
Summon bear.
Suddenly bear.
I'm terrified of Celestine having 5 attacks in one turn with the stick that summons bears. Hits the guy 5 times, 5 bears appear.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Roll.
Anyway, back at the van. He just shakes his head like, "Thank you," and then he like kind of. You're impressed at how well he's acting. Like he just ran to the thing, threw open the back, and just grasps at the comp thing. It's me. Someone else was after it. You hear a voice you don't recognize. It doesn't sound like one of the people you heard over the Skype call. It's just a voice just like, Virian? What do you mean someone else was after it? Once we got it, but as we came out the big guy, big sword just beat Onyx. He's, oh god, tore him to pieces and took the axe. They took the fang collar from you. Yeah. I got a good look at him. I ran before they got me, so warn. They said they were heading for the next to the Volsung border. Gonna see if I can ambush him there and get it back. The guy's just like, how are you gonna ambush them by yourself? Varian is like, kind of, Druid, just snap my fingers. Tree army. Then why didn't you fight back right away? When they're prepared? The one guy alone just ripped Onyx's arm off. They'd actually gotten a hold of me. What?
I said he's not necessarily lying.
Yeah, no, that's the best part of this. Oh, if they actually gotten a hold of me. I'm not a weakling, but I don't think I could have lasted very long against 7 of them? It might have been 8.
And 3 of them were Dragonborn.
Just gonna need a little more time. All right? Yeah, I'll tell the boss. Just keep in mind what will happen if you... I know very well what will happen if I fuck this up. Good. As long as you got that in mind. Call back in a few days if you got an update. Right. Virian out. He lets go of the thing. And then... just looks at Giacchio. Well, that was better than I expected it to go.
Who was that?
One of the underlings. I think his name was Brandon? I don't know. I didn't pay a lot of attention.
Random was the name he said?
Yeah, Brandon. Brandon, however boring a name you want to... However boring it sounds to you, that's how boring it is.
Very well. Making sure I heard correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, alright, back on the bus you get.
Well, I had to call them somehow, and he gestures towards the van.
It. That wiring is...
Yeah, you don't
broken.
think even with Sneck's help you could get that out and installed in your guys' bus. There's not enough room in the bus.
Fuck.
Not without having to remove, like, the bathroom.
We don't need to use that.
Sell us.
Boof sleeps in the tub, are you kidding?
I forgot, does he really?
Yes. That's what Kel said.
Hey,
I totally forgot he sleeps in the fucking tub.
It's the only thing big enough.
Pretty much. Besides, he kind of very no emotions with his head. They probably have a tracker on this thing anyways. If it doesn't move, well, more suspicious.
True.
Just, he reaches into his pocket real quick. Pulls out what I can only describe as if somehow you grew a smartphone out of like a bush. It's
Nice.
very weird to see. Just it looks like a smartphone, but it's like actually entirely made of wood. Pulls it out, and just does something on it, and then just here, and then he hands you a slip of paper, which has rapidly had some burn marks of what clearly seems to be his phone number on it. Just call me when you've got your end of the plan going. I'm gonna see if I can buy you as much time as I can. Huh?
It's Applewood.
Wow. Alright, just know. You try any funny business, your family being in trouble is going to be the least of your problems, as crazy as that sounds. But trust me, that's
He
what will
like
happen.
laughs. I don't expect to survive this, man. And he just climbs in the back and closes the back of the van.
I head
And
back
just-
to the bus.
Once you make it back, you see his van start up and then pull out of the parking lot and head off.
I have his number. He said to call
Nice.
when we have our part of the plan in motion.
All right. Now we
Very
just gotta
well.
hustle our bustles back to Hawk.
Yeah.
Where's the nearest Hawk door?
You don't know.
Fuck.
Is it something Google would know?
Google Maps Hawk door.
Google Maps, Crooks and Hammer Forge next to him. Let me just check my notes. Does he have a door in this part of the planet?
I was gonna
Does-
say,
it
does
was
he
like
have
his
a
partnership-
website that we can use a store locator app portion of the app?
You know he does.
Store
Let me-
locator.
I'm just pulling up the thing to make sure I have.
I was saying, I'm pretty sure he's working with Yakumo Distribution Industries. He's got to have a door out here.
Yakumo door. Yakumo Distribution. Canon now, by the way, twin.
You're welcome.
I feel like I'm missing some sort of context.
It's a Toho joke.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a character. It's a
The nearest Crimson Hammer Forge sub location, as it's described on the website, is in Adnet, which is the capital city of Nexima.
We go there.
From where you guys are currently at, according to the Kansara Google Maps, it'll take you about a week to get there.
We have what? 3 days?
Well,
he just
Virion had like a day and a half to explain it, but he said that the guys he was after was going towards the border between Nexima and Volsung, which, from where the party bus is currently, that's a pretty long drive.
Okay, so we've got a week to hit the gas.
Well, that's you. Where you guys are going, let me just make sure I'm not on the GM
It'll
layer
take
before I
us
start
a
pointing
week.
directions. It would take you guys a week to get to about where the M is. That's about where Adnet is from where you guys are.
And for him, it's gonna be at least.
Yeah, for
double
him,
that.
he's gonna go from where you guys are to anywhere along this line, which is
So-
way more than a week.
Yeah, we basically have a week after we get to the capital to get this done.
Yeah, like looking
At least a
just-
week.
Yeah, just like as you guys use the Google Maps thing to check, like you've got based on the drive time, assuming like the whole thing is assuming freeway speeds, and
As
you know
Google Maps
accounting for
does.
stops and shit, it would take you about a week, maybe 5 or 6 days to a week to get from Cuddleton, where you guys currently are, all the way down to Adnet, which is ADNET for spelling. Whereas going to any of the other places, short of teleporting to get there way faster, it would probably take, again, assuming freeway speeds, you ballpark it about 2.5, 3 weeks. And that's, again, assuming someone doesn't, the plan doesn't fall apart at any point on Virion's end.
Yes. Bitch. Assuming all goes to plan should give Hawk a decent amount of time to really get this right.
Oh, yeah. Hawk will have time to do a thing.
What's the town? What was that other town? It was Adnet is the capital. What was the other one?
The one you guys are in now?
Yeah,
Cobbleton.
Cobblestone.
Cuddleton.
Coupleton.
Just updating my notes.
But with your destination in mind and a wonderful chance to introduce terrain to your amazing Russian tiefling friend on the horizon, that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Woo!
And you know how I said you guys finished the lightning arc? I actually lied to you about that.
Lol.
Now you have finished the lightning in nature arc.
What is? Actually, I will be right back. Alright guys, and at the end of the session comes the end of my stream. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be live tomorrow afternoon, starting at about 3 p.m. Pacific. If you want to have an announcement of when I go live, there are 3 ways to do so. Obviously, the easiest and quickest way is to hit that follow button and make sure you have notifications turned on. The other 2 ways are to follow my Twitter, which is twitter.com/JinxMcNinja, and join my Discord, the McLounge, which all are welcome to join. Links are in the chat currently, as well as down below the stream, or in the YouTube video if you are watching this later. So yeah, until tomorrow guys, peace.